push it in with your thumb?
Thumb only.
It must be. I mean, if it's disrespectful to have if it's disrespectful to have your fingers in your mouth, then yeah, then you would push in with your thumb.
Cuff me right now.
Can I tell you the two that I do? I'm very Egyptian when it comes to drinking. Like if we're, like, I don't drink a lot of wine, but if we're out and like we're with a group of people, nobody should pour their own wine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you always pour for someone else. And then if you need some, you just kind of set the bottle down and look at someone like, okay,
Let's go.
let's go. But I do that. That I practice.
I feel like people stateside, even if they have no ties, like yourself, to Egypt,
Right.
that's just sort of tradition. It's sort of like the same people who are like my stepfather, and you have to pass a fortune cookie. You can't just grab your own.
Oh, yeah. No, you never grab your own. I mean, you don't pass. You usually throw it to somebody, but yeah.
No, I've probably horrifically offended the Egyptians. There's probably some spiritual tie-in to their wine.
By the way,
that's similar to me.
I'll tell you who has the worst food etiquette.
You?
No, the French.
How so?
In France, you should not eat your bread before the rest of your food arrives. Then don't put it on the table.
Especially France
Yeah, aren't they known for having like baguettes and bread?
and whatnot. Yeah, that's there before, but you're not supposed to touch it.
No, That goes with the meal. I didn't follow that rule at Outback last night, but that's Australian.
And you had your own cutting board.
I love the black bread there. It's so good.
My dad used to make an OJ joke every time we went with that knife. Every time. You know, if he would have used one of these, they never would have caught him.
No, can I tell you the other one that I do? Oh, I was going to look up and see who it is. There's another one on here that I do. And I do it, honestly, I bet it's Japan.
Because you picked it up there?
No, because I know where I got it. Yep, is it? Nope, it's Korean. Would that make sense? No, because karate was definitely not Korean. If someone offers you a plate, whether it's a waitress or somebody else is like, oh, here, I did a plate, you always accept it with two hands. Always.
And that's not just a
That's a sign of respect.
safety issue?
No, I can hold it. Like if you handed me this
Hot
thing of
plate.
pot pie, here, hand me this pot pie.
There's none left.
There's a piece of crust. Hand me the pot pie.
Pizza crust.
There's a piece of crust.
Oh.
Hand me my plate.
Do I do two hands?
No, just hand it to me. You're not from Korea. Always.
No, I'm talking about, like, you know when you start passing things around a
Okay,
table?
I have a little piece of food on my finger. If I'm in India, I gotta leave it there.
Oh, no, get it to your
But
thumb.
you know what?
Get it to your thumb.
There we go. Now I can eat.
I meant more in terms of, like, when you're passing shared dishes around a table, and then you start doing that balancing act where somebody's got one in one hand and in another hand. It just turns into a possible disaster.
No, two hands. Two hands. If somebody hands you, even then in that scenario, if you were passing me the broccoli casserole, I would.
Not have something in my other hand.
Well, you shouldn't, but if you are, I would only accept it with two hands.
Right, but you've been in that weird thing where it's like, oh,
Every Thanksgiving.
no one wants this? I'm holding two dishes.
I don't, because I accept with two hands. I don't find myself in that position. Now, I don't bow. Yeah, here we go. But I do accept it with two hands, always. Those are the two things. I'm Egyptian in my wine drinking, and I'm Korean in my food acceptance. And I am not French in my bread consumption. Hell no. Where am I going? Line 3? Hi, Elliot, in the morning.
Hi, is this me?
Yeah, hi, who is this?
This is Robbie in Great Falls. Thanks for taking my call.
Happy.
My ex-girlfriend was Japanese, and when I go over to their house for dinner, when I pick up chopsticks, if one of them's hanging like an inch lower than the other, I like to tap them on the table or on the plate to level them out. So
Yeah, I do that.
pick something up. Yeah, don't do that if you're in Japan.
Oh, really?
Mom, that's extremely rude. I mean, it's one of those things like elbows on the table kind of thing. It doesn't really make a difference, but you're not supposed to do it.
Wait, just to level them out so that they're even? What am I supposed to
Yep.
tap them against?
You do your hands?
Get your left hand and hold one of them up or hold the other one down, but yeah.
Oh, but you don't tap them?
Yeah,
You're the one in the goddamn company.
Oh, yeah, I do that all the time. I do it at restaurants.
Yeah. Well, according to her, you're not supposed to do it.
Hey, also, did you know, I was reading this, in Japan, tipping is frowned upon. Like, they'll tell you, do not tip.
I did not know that.
Yeah, and if you do leave a tip, a lot of times they'll come over and ask you to